So we were talking to Hex Jenny.
And she was eating microwave pizza with iceberg lettuce, shredded, of course, on top. And it's low sodium.
It's just officially canon that all of the Hex maniacs have poor decisions.
Well, you don't know what... Well, no, you know about her tea choice, which is to actually have it in a living ghost type.
Exactly.
Teapot. So, okay, they have some habits.
They have some
you just don't know her eating habits, just her drinking habits. For Hex Joy.
We can presume.
She totally has, like, gourmet cooking skills.
Doubt.
I don't know that she's using them. But she totally has them. Hex Jenny obviously doesn't.
This is Professor Thorn's slow descent into madness.
Exactly. This entire campaign is just designed to make Professor Thorn angry. Or insane, whichever comes first.
No, see, this is Professor Thorn's slow descent into Professor Thornberry. Smashing! Ash Thornberry shows up.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. It's a Hex conspiracy. It's a Hex conspiracy by all the Hexians or whatever y'all want to call yourselves.
We're called Hexadites.
Yeah, that sounds more culty.
Fair enough. Anyway, so we were talking to Hex Jenny. I don't remember about what.
I don't think you got actually into the, I don't know, X-Files? But that's sort of the division she works in. She totally has a BTM in her house.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Okay. I thought everybody died all of a sudden.
Well, I might have cut out then, because I was talking right before you said that.
At first there was noise, then all of a sudden, silence.
I said she probably has a BTM in her house. You know what a BTM is?
No idea.
Actually, she probably has an LGM, not a BTM, because BTM's evolved. It's literally like LGN, Little Green Men, but it's spelled out, like, not letters. so it's phonetically spelled.
Oh, that's the Osborne song?
What?
You know what? I realized how stupid that was the second I said it.
But yeah, the LGM's standing in front of the TV, like, and there's pictures of Mars coming up on it.
Okay, so what were we asking her about anyway?
Probably something about shadow Pokemon.
Sure.
There have been sightings in the area. And I know that she was getting the X-File out and it was covered with dust because... One, dramatic effect. Two, to annoy the professor.
Just sits in the corner sipping tea.
The dust floats in your general direction. And into your tea.
Why are you being rude to Bob?
I mean,
Bob's the one drinking tea.
Yeah. He also couldn't be in the house, so none of that made sense.
Bob could be what he wants.
If you tilt him sideways.
He can't fit through the door.
He can if you tilt him sideways.
Do you know how big Metagross are?
Turn him clockwise.
Oh, so now you're just going to cut
your
through
left, my left.
You're talking to yourself trying to push him through the door. He's not amused.
No, it's me and Gordon Malsey in the house along with Hexia.
You have not.
So you're here about shadow Pokemon?
I think we
Maybe.
were looking for a way to like stop it or something.
Maybe it'll
Oh,
stop you.
the purification machine. Is that what
Yeah,
it
I
was?
thought we already delivered that to the sciencey guy. Then we went off in search of something else.
No, you delivered the snag machine.
Oh, snag machine, and
And
we're
he
looking
used that to
for-
change the trainer ID for Kalo and Shinx to your guys's.
And we're looking for the purification machine.
And you're, yeah, trying to find out if anybody knows anything about the purification machines.
Yes.
How to make these Pokemon not shadow Pokemon.
Yes. Have you heard anything?
I mean, I've heard of a shadow Pokemon. Turns to a file titled XD002.
Or XD.
There's fuzzy pictures of brownish, turkey-looking Pokemon with black flame behind it. These are all that I have on it. The Pokedex doesn't recognize it. It's too blurry.
Do you have
Whose
anything
fault is
on
that?
the purification machine?
Purification. Purifying saliva. Oof. I would not get that close to a Lickitung personally.
I'll do it. I volunteer.
No, that's not the kind of purifying. You're looking for something else. You're looking for soul purification. Well, the lake spirits don't live in this region. I don't have anything on specifically on that. But I can point you in the direction that I saw this thing that looks like maybe a shadow Pokemon.
Well, unfortunately, we're looking for the purification machine, so we must continue onwards.
It's like a regular machine, but designed for purification.
Mm-hmm. Because we don't have immediate access to transfer this over, we'd have to try to secure said Pokemon if we did encounter it, which would probably be better left to you and the authorities.
Well, they don't believe me it exists. Or the person that got these photos from, because they're a little bit insane. So,
I mean,
Aren't we all?
when I say a little bit, I mean a lot.
Aren't we?
we can show them the Pokemon that we've got from the Shadow thing, and show them evidence that they do exist, and that it should be something that is concerned about as we continue on our way.
Well, what shadow Pokemon do you guys have?
I got a Litwick.
The Tallow.
No, it's a Shinx that you have that's a shadow Pokemon.
Mine
Joker.
is Tallow, right?
Yeah, Talo. Hello. Yeah, pronounce it how you want. The anime always gets it wrong.
I'm gonna call him Taft.
What, the Shinx?
No, the Taylor.
It's not your Pokemon!
I don't care.
Well, you can call what you like. It's not going to respond.
I know.
I'm nicknaming your Pokemon for you! No you're not. Too
It'd
late!
be hilarious if that actually worked, though.
Takes your Pokedex, types in the nickname. Like, it's still not going to answer to it. But it's its official nickname now! I hate you.
So now you have to write it on everything.
Now when you go take the Elite Four challenge, you have to write down that it's that.
Imagine if you could do that to your rival.
Well, I mean, you can name your rival.
And in the end, isn't that so much worse?
Yes.
Fuck that guy.
You can also name your player character.
It wasn't until the later versions that I'm like, wow, he's not nearly as much of a douche as he used to be. I gotta feel bad for calling him Mass Face.
Anyway, yeah, I have a Talo, and young Hexia here has a Shinx.
His name is Shanks.
Shonks the Shinx, okay. May
Yeah,
I
talking about-
see them? Do they look any different than a normal one?
I'd call out the Talo real quick.
I mean, other than like it seems like it wants to attack you guys, it doesn't physically look any different. That's weird. The one that's in this picture definitely doesn't look like its normal self. It's got this visible black aura of fire behind it. It's just worse.
Well, I mean, we do have the one person who can pick this up. I'm assuming he probably also got pictures of when we secured these, as well as when we looked at them with our Pokedexes, as I recall the Talo.
Sorry, what?
Did our Pokedexes by chance capture pictures of these when we first what is this?
Yeah, but they didn't the glowing aura was only visible to Hexia.
There's only what?
The dark aura was only visible to Hexia. Because Hexia is a hex maniac.
Because I'm a badass.
Whereas this one that they took a picture of, its aura is so powerful. It's in the picture.
Yeah, but we can also verify it to the local force with the other guy who made the computer stuff by just phoning him.
Oh, Bill? Yeah, maybe.
Bill Nye?
The science guy. I go to try to basically go to the station, say I need to talk to you, then get Bill on the phone and kind of explain the situation to him.
Okay. A different Officer Jenny is there. Yes, hello.
Yes, I do need to talk to you about a recent. I'm Professor Thorn. I do need to talk
Professor
to you
Thorn, I have somewhat heard of you.
Seduce her for me.
I look at Hexia. Young lady, don't. Anyway.
Ask if Hex Jenny is there.
There have been recent things happening to Pokemon.
Hex Jenny's just I'm right here next to you. What?
Oh,
To Pokemon that is concerning. And then I explain the whole thing, the Shadow Pokemon thing, and then I phone up Bill to confirm.
Bill Nye?
Bill, this kid from another region? That's not a viable source.
He made the... Isn't he the guy who made the computer thing?
Oh, the box system? No, there's no way a kid made that. That's all false propaganda.
That was Lynette.
Well, I've done all I can here. Come on, Hexia, let's go get the
Who?
purification machine.
Gen 3 completely writing Bill out of history. Oh, it annoys me every time that's brought up.
Yes, we need to get the purification machine. Otherwise, there's not much we can do about this Pokemon.
But hear me out. What if we didn't do that?
What would we do instead?
I don't know. Go get some cup noodles.
Ask a stupid question.
No, we are trying to solve this problem. Because if it doesn't get sorted, think about it, Hexia. Eventually, it'll get so widespread that all the ramen shops will be destroyed.
So, at least they'll have cup noodles.
That's what.
And the grocery stores.
No, the cup noodles.
That was Hex Jenny.
Thank you.
I know it wasn't in voice, but that's what it was supposed to be.
We'll leave this up to you, Hex Jenny. Hold down the fort while we look for purification thing to come back and hopefully settle the problem.
All right, well, I'll.
Did you say Nurse Jenny?
I said Hex Jenny.
Okay.
Nurse Jenny, Officer Joy. I'm sure that exists somewhere.
We're heading north because of the direction to like head towards like the Elite Four, and maybe they have more information, right?
Yeah, the Pokemon League is north.
Yeah. So further north, well, along the road, technically speaking,
Hex Jenny's like, where are you going?
to the league.
You know you need badges for that, right?
Not if we sneak in.
So here's a question for you then. What you're telling me is we need to randomly go around the entire continent, right?
Right.
Get all these badges, right?
Uh-huh.
Before we can bring up something that is threatening the entire continent to the people in charge.
They literally won't let you in without them. I don't know why.
All right, Hexia, we're going to a new continent.
Hex Jenny, I love you. I respect you. Kindly go fuck yourself.
It's not Hex Jenny's fault.
She's also
I
not the
know
first
it
one
is.
to say this.
You know what this means, right, Hexia? We must petition them to change it.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we would give up.
I was going to say we petition or we just go to a different continent.
I mean, in order to go to another continent, you need to go all the way to the ocean. And suddenly you're in Hoenn. Wait, what? Where are these trumpets coming from? Why is there trumpets on this island? Why does this sound like island paradise because of trumpets?
All right, I go to the.
All I
nearest
got out of
place
that is we're going to Hoenn.
Okay, so attempt number one, I've tried to petition them to change that very silly route.
You've probably tried to petition it before, too.
All right.
The problem is that when your petitions get there, your petitions don't have 8 badges.
God damn it. Thus, we go to Hoenn.
Or the messenger doesn't have 8 badges and so can't get in.
Thus, we go to Hoenn.
I mean, there's a gym in town, and the town that you came from.
Yes. But by
So?
the time we get all 8 badges, it'll be far too late for us to prevent any of these widespread catastrophes.
Wait.
No, we could just do a crime.
That
Interesting.
won't get us to the league.
That'll get you arrested and not taken to the league.
Which might get us arrested and put into a prison next to the league.
Hold on, I need to confer with my notes for a second. I think. Okay, yeah. So I need to change something real quick. The fire gym is in this town, not the steel gym, because the steel gym was in the last town.
Can we
Let's
break
see.
in?
To the league?
Yeah.
Can you scale smooth steel walls that are 4 stories tall?
Hexia. Look at me. You're
Yes,
talking to
doctor?
a cop about illegal activity.
Listen, I think at this point she'd probably be with us if it means saving the world. Or at least this shitty region. No offense.
I mean, again, it doesn't even have to be both of you. You just have to be with someone who has 8 badges.
Yeah, but they're always all in the league area. Or they fly off to a different continent. It's not like one's going to just show up right in front. Thorn pauses for like a minute and a half.
I was waiting for that dramatic pause, looking around, random passing by to see if any of them have badges.
To be honest, I thought that would work.
I slap him on the back of the head for thinking that would work.
You can't even reach the back of my head.
You know, I can't even remember who the last challenger was for the league.
I asked Metagross to slap you on the back of the head because I can't reach because I'm so short.
Metagross just stares at you and sips tea.
He contemplates
I
it for a
jump off
second.
of Metagross's head to slap you on the back of the head.
Metagross doesn't stop you, but you do feel his disappointment.
Metagross has probably considered hitting you before, but then realizes he would crush you.
No, that would kill him.
Exactly. Wrecked him. Darnell killed him.
I'd love to see that in real life, though. Me just jumping off of Metagross's head.
Well, you see, there's a problem with that in real life.
Can we figure out who might have 8 badges?
That's what I'm saying. I can't even remember the last time someone challenged the league.
Is that a matter of public record?
Yes.
I checked the public records.
Oh, it was about 15 years ago.
Who was it?
Cash Asham Hall. I don't have a name.
Now?
I don't have the name off the top of my head in case you couldn't tell.
Information.
No,
Cash Burnham.
there's there we go. Cash Burnham. No, Cash Bo Burnham.
I don't even get it.
Michael, do you get it?
I do.
Okay, that's all I require is one of you gets it.
Anyway.
Yeah, they their former address was in this town you guys started from. Their current address is Little Root Town in Hoenn.
All right, we're going to Hoenn.
Good luck getting there. You need 8 badges to get on the boat. No, I'm joking.
Fuck you, Josh.
I'm joking. You would need a lot of cash, though.
Well,
Or a
it's
Pokemon that knows
good
surf.
thing we know somebody who's rich.
Looks around. Nobody took that
I don't
playbook.
think So.
Nobody took that playbook. I can use this excuse.
Hex Maniac. It's funny because Knight was gonna take that playbook.
He was. And then I would come up with a different excuse.
Let us find a Pokemon that knows surf.
You'd have to surf for
That is
like...
Pokemon abuse, and we should not do that to poor Pokemons.
You'd have to surf for quite a while.
And?
You would run out of food?
No, Hexia has her own,
No.
has a pocket
There's
dimension of
plenty
cup
of
ramen.
cup noodles.
And water.
Bottled water.
Desalinization is a thing that exists.
On the back of a Pokemon.
Yes.
If it's a Wailord.
Well, in that case, you could just float there. If the Pokedex is to be believed, looks at the Mag Cargo entry. Maybe not.
I mean, our only other option is finding legend that exists and is still here.
Wait a second. Hang on. I got an idea. Okay, so let's get a flying bird Pokemon, probably a Tailo or something like that, and then he'll fly us there.
I have a Tailo, but it wants to kill us.
Oh, you're also overlooking something. In order to use those field
We're
moves,
halfway there.
you must have a certain number of badges.
Josh, you're just adamant on making this happen, aren't you?
Okay, that one's a joke because that makes no sense in context.
I was gonna say.
Like, in universe, that makes no sense.
Wait, did you actually require badges to use moves even before you, even if Pokemon knew them naturally?
Like, fly outside of battle.
Yeah. Like, I can understand having a license or something like that, but badges?
Well, I think that's what they were going for, is you have enough badges, you're now legally allowed to cut down small trees because we trust you enough that you know what you're doing.
All I'm saying is a group of people distributing badges is no way to have a form of government.
I mean, they're difficult to defeat. They help the police force.
Because
Let me have my Monty Python reference.
There's possible corruption. Wait, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
because wasn't the Kahuna like in charge of the whole island as well?
Yeah, and they were the strongest battler on the island.
Wait, you said something about
Boss.
that. What you just said, Hex Jenny. Where is this source of corruption?
Nowhere.
Thorn just kind of keeps leaning in closer, dramatically.
I'm not supposed to talk about it.
I start leaning in as well.
Metagross also leans in.
Mawile leans in, which is the worst one to lean in.
He starts leaning in, but then falls off my head because he's like super small and leaning is difficult.
I shouldn't have said that. Some of the gyms aren't real gyms.
How about we talk at your place about this then?
You're just randomly walking down the street right now. Because you were at the police station earlier.
Let's just head back to your
Look at
place and you
the-
can tell us all about it.
Look at Dr. Thorn and think, aren't we moving a bit too fast here?
About what?
I don't know. Take her out to dinner first, at least.
You met me at my house!
Oh, yeah.
And we both know that's not what he meant.
We do?
We should!
I mean,
Honestly.
yeah, we do.
Honestly, who?
Where did you find her?
Kids these days.
Excuse me, I am a grown-ass woman with grown-ass needs.
Where did you find her?
She passed out from too much ramen in front of my Pokemon office.
That is a lie. I passed out because I was drunk.
5 times.
That explains a lot.
And she needs help properly regulating herself and to not make her a hazard to people nearby. So I volunteered to help.
Makes sense. Oh, look, my house. Let's go.
Honestly, I think he just has a thing for me.
You're a kid.
I am not.
You see the extremely doubtful face on Professor.
I am literally
You-
not. We went over this at the very
Okay.
beginning of the campaign.
Also, last session you saw her trainer card. You might
Force
think it's
shows.
doctored, yeah, but you did see it.
I did see it, yeah, I know.
We're going to ignore some of this data I have on the spreadsheet because it
Okay,
doesn't
this is
apply to
me
me.
talking now. Are we seriously going for the 14-year-old route?
Your character can be however old you want. It's just describe them being so Thorn is just going off of what he sees and how you act.
Okay, fine. Then I'm going with the 23.
That's fine. There's
Yeah, you
nothing
can.
wrong
You
with
are
that.
23. You just.
Yeah.
I was very concerned all of a sudden.
Yeah, no. Thorn's an adult as well. He just doesn't think you're one.
Okay, so you're back in Hex Jenny's house, and she pulls up this map of the region, and it's got all these pins in it with all this string.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love conspiracy maps.
Yes.
It's the history of the gyms of this region.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love conspiracy gyms.
This reminds me of my days fighting crime.
So the ghost gym is fine.
What now?
Wait, what did you say?
Nothing. I remember making conspiracy boards like this when I was in my college.
Yeah, what was the other part?
Went to college?
Yeah, I have many degrees. One of my minors was conspiracy theories.
Okay, that's the part I heard. All right, so
Exactly.
the
Also
fire rock and
costume making.
the fire rock and steel gyms, the starter type gyms, have been cleared. They're fine. They have green pins on them.
Oh my god. For a second there, I thought my profile picture moved.
That would be creepy. Can we use GIFs on
That would be
Roll20?
very creepy. Weird too.
The gym leader of the ghost gym is a fellow Hex. They're cleared.
Fuck yeah.
Their Hex leader. That's just what they go by. They're not actually our leader.
Oh yeah, I remember that you're part of the Hex Collective.
Yeah, you think It was Hex join Hex Jenny for fun. I mean, it is kind of fun, but that's not. You know what I mean.
Insanely fun.
Hexia, we've been over this.
Yeah,
Telling
you need.
You can't talk to ghosts.
I've heard that Hexia needs some training.
How
Well,
dare
good
you.
thing I know a hex right here, don't I?
Yeah, I'm not the one to do it.
And
That's
now
probably
you
for
see,
the best.
now you see why I'm the one helping her.
Yeah. I'm just gonna highlight a couple things here, so those ones are good. Yeah. So yeah, but the other gyms, they're a little bit questionable. The bug, dark, dragon, electric, ice, poison, and psychic. There's 7 more gyms after those 4. Something's fishy.
What have they been doing to catch your attention?
Well, the dark gym leader, we haven't. Well, people say they fought them, but we haven't seen them, like on the news, or if they don't air their battles. I mean, that could just be sort of the motif, though. So it's kind of like, eh. The dragon one is against Team Pixie, Pixie Dust, which I don't know. That's kind of gray area. That might be okay. That might not be okay. It might just be because Fairies and Dragons.
I would say lean on the not okay.
That they're against Team Pixie Dust.
Oh, they're against Team Pixie Dust?
Yeah, against.
Those
Oh,
little arsonist bastards.
Then probably lean on the side of better in that case.
Okay, I'll color code that with something other than green. How cyan sound?
Cyan sounds fine.
And the dark's a question mark, mostly because it's dark type. So the psychic type, that gym, people don't remember how the battles went, regardless of if they get a badge or not.
That's fishy as all.
And
Why
there's a
haven't
red
the
pin
league-
there.
Why haven't the league investigated?
Because it's an official gym.
That's gay.
They don't have any oversight?
Corruption.
How dare you say such foul language?
Hexia, you said worse.
Fair enough. Point redacted.
The Ice Gym, they aired their battles, but I'm not sure about them. I haven't
Question, am I
visited.
allowed to take fire into the ice gym? I'm asking for a
No.
friend.
No.
Fire type Pokemon, yes.
But if I just had like a ball of fire.
No.
That's against the rules. The Electric Gym, people have come out of there paralyzed, but they claim it's like temporarily, nothing permanent. They claim it's because it's electric type Pokemon attacks going off and bouncing off the walls and stuff, but they don't air their battles, so they're questionable.
So what you're saying is we take a bunch of spy cameras in there and bust them.
No. What we need to do is we need to go to the champion because they have experience in busting out corruption.
And then
Well,
we
to
fire
visit the
them.
champion... Oh, I think I've said that before. You know what's coming next.
Yeah, we get away, Lord, and we head to Hoenn.
The Poison Gym leader is actually a personal friend.
Okay, so
they're
everything clear then?
Yes.
Is he hot?
Hexia, you're a kid.
Hens on your definition. And the bug leader just freaks everyone out. You know, they're a little bit too into the bug motif.
Is he hot though?
Also
Creepy. Very
also,
creepy.
Works for
Heck-
me.
Oh.
Hexia,
Yes.
there's something very important. Hexia, can you produce your trainer ID for me real quick?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I grab it, show to Hex Jenny. Is this doctored?
It's like, I can run it through a machine real quick.
Could you?
I'm hurt that you would think I would do such an illegal thing.
She runs it, comes
Who
up
am I
green.
kidding? I'd
No,
totally
it's
do that.
it's fine.
You're kidding me.
Assuming that Joker doesn't actually have a forged one.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, it came back clean.
Mostly because I don't know anybody who could forge it.
I hand it back to Hexia. Well, then I
That's
guess you're
fair.
right. I'll stop calling you kid then.
I mean, how old are you, Professor?
I think the professor's like late 20s.
Geezer.
You look so much older. It's those long study sessions, isn't it?
I've been absorbing his life force slowly, day by day.
It's not really inaccurate.
Are you talking literally
I
or
just wanted to
figuratively?
clarify, that was out of character.
Okay.
That was not something I said out loud.
Okay, because if I was about to have a hex intervention, if you said that in character.
Anyway, we're off to go find a whale lord.
Okay. They live in the ocean?
Yes, we're off to the ocean.
Okay.
We're gonna need a big fishing rod for that.
We probably need a super rod.
I figured
Where
I'd
can
just
we
get
get
rope and chuck in
rods?
Hexia.
No, that won't work. They don't like eating hex maniacs.
Nah, then they start building huts inside them. Gets real weird.
Is it bad that I'm half tempted to ask you if that's real or also, please don't answer. I really don't want to.
Let's just put it this way.
That was me out
You
of
get
character.
one hex maniac with a bubbling cauldron, everything goes to shit.
It becomes a
I think
stereotype.
I think that all that needs for everything to go to ship is one hex and a bunch of cup ramen. That way, away to look for a Pokemon with fly or surf.
Or we could get a ticket on a cruise ship.
Do you have money?
No.
Exactly.
And your grants can't fund it because that money is for specific things.
Yeah, unfortunately, there isn't a saving the world. I think after the amount of times that the world's nearly ended would exist, but
You know how many 10-year-old kids have saved this world by now? What generation are we again?
I mean, technically speaking, granted, I do admit having a random 10-year-old kid walk into a conspiracy, solve it is actually a lot easier on the wallet, but still.
I mean, do you want to guys want to at least try the gym?
Why would we do the gym? I'm a professor, and she's someone who needs a bunch of help. That it's a
You
bit
both
hard
have
to
two Pokemon. Neither of you could try it.
We could. I reiterate my statement.
Yeah. Actually, what Pokemon do you have again? Let's see.
I have a Mawile and a Metagross and a
Oh, I
Taylor.
guess technically you have 3 then. You have a
Yeah.
Metagross. You could totally beat gyms.
And then I technically have 3 as well.
Do you know how many Pokemon Professor Oak has, but he doesn't do any of those?
Who?
136.
Professor Oak. Another professor. We have a chat room and everything.
What, Samson from
yeah.
Alola?
Imagine just all of the professors in a Discord call.
There's 2
Yeah.
Oaks just signed in. Their profile pictures are blurry enough to where you can't tell the one that's tan from the one that's not tanned.
Yeah, one of the channels is literally just called "Are You a Boy or a Girl?"
Am I the only one that finds that a little creepy?
In some of them, it's a pre-recorded message, so it makes sense. In other ones, you're literally talking to them, and it makes no sense.
Yeah. Like, I'm just a professor. I'm not seeking to become the champion or anything else like that. I'm just trying to save the
Well, I
continent.
mean, if you want to champion this cause,
No.
the LGM that's sitting at the TV turns
Come on,
around and
Josh,
slaps
next week,
Hex
you know.
Jenny. Yes, that was a bad joke. The LGM turns back around and goes back to the TV.
Well, actually, how far away is Hoenn from Zhalore?
Well, if here, let me bring up Sarah Lee. Go to Pro here.
As we discuss the logistics of just going somewhere else.
Let's see here.
Uh,
Judging by the way I made this region and the location of Hoenn, which would be the closest one, it's pretty far to the northwest. Unless you count the Sevi Isles. In that case, you could get to the Sevi Isles first. Which would be not Kanto, but Kanto, because it's the games it appears in.
yeah.
So
here's the
going to
question.
the Sevi Isles would not be better for you than going to Hoenn.
Yeah. Here's the question. Would it be quicker to just go to all the gyms and try to get badges? Or would it be quicker just to catch a flying Pokemon and head to Hoenn?
I mean, you have... Well, you don't want to fly on Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go to Hoenn, like legitimately, I'll let you go to Hoenn.
I'm meaning in terms of like priority, because Thorn's priority is like, this is just convoluted as hell, and he just wants to get this done to save the continent.
I mean, you could always do what you originally were pretending to go out to do, which was to find the legendary Pokemon of the region. That could help solve some problems.
You know what? The heck with all this complicated stuff. Hexia, you want to find a legendary? Good talk. Nice conversation. Hexia, are you dead?
So are you guys off on a grand adventure to find the legendary? Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm asking...
We're just going to Hoenn. Might go to the mall there. I hear they have a really nice mall.
That might be the fastest way to get to Hoenn.
To find the legendary?
I mean, they could just teleport you. You don't know.
All
I don't know either.
Find this legendary then. Hexia, we must go.
If the legendary, is back.
Can we just find some way to steal some tickets to a cruise line?
No.
Hex Jenny's just tapping her foot now.
Hexia, honestly.
I'm right here. Like I'm an officer.
Yeah. Just give us a second. We're discussing this out.
Let me just take her away, Hex Jenny. Just don't worry.
At least get out of earshot.
I'll keep her in line.
At the top of my lungs, hey, you want to rob a bank?
Hexia, I will just...
Banks are literally guarded by Gardevoir. Good luck!
She's getting an attitude about me doing crime.
She's an officer of the law!
Shut up, crime is cool and you know it.
My house is my office, so I can't leave work at work.
Alright, before we go, remember to take care of yourself.
I'll try.
I'm starting to think you might have like a conspiracy against me. Just have your worst habits whenever I visit.
Can you make a conspiracy about me too?
No.
Oh.
Come on, we're gonna find maybe a legendary or something that can teleport.
Oh, what?
A legendary something that can teleport.
Oh, okay.
Bye now. Have fun.
Call me.
You can ride on Bob.
No.
No. You know what
Please
they say, 100% of the shots you don't take.
I'll give the professor my number.
All right, I'll call you if anything comes up.
Oh, sure, but you never call me if anything comes up.
Hexia, I one time asked your help for a haunting, and you literally scared the poor man's dead wife away into a different afterlife.
You said you wanted help. You didn't specify what kind of help.
I specified beforehand.
Okay.
I
well,
really need to find someone to train her.
Please do.
I don't
Please
know
do.
who, but we need to find someone.
What do you
Can I
think?
go on a training quest? Is that a
Training
thing?
montage is not enough for this.
Training montage.
You need several montages. It's just
Eye of
Hex.
the tiger.
It's just like 1 sec. Let me look at up the character's name just to double check. You need Hex Phil.
Who?
Phil from Hercules, the satyr.
I don't
I've
know
trained
that.
the best.
If you
Oh.
haven't,
Hercules, Phil.
yeah,
Or as
Phil.
I like to call him, Danny DeVito. But
Yeah.
a satyr.
Yeah.
yes. You need Hex Danny DeVito. That's the only one that can train you now.
Now I'm just imagining Phil in Hex Maniac outfit.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Just the robe's not enough to fit him, so it's kind of draping on the ground.
They're not wide enough.
Been around this afterlife before with ghost heads just like you.
Oh man, I would love him as a trainer.
Side note, can we do that?
You're not worth it. And she's like, okay, fine, walks away. Well, that's where that ends.
Oh,
It's like, sorry, kid, you're not worthy. It's like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what Hexia would do and just leave.
Oh, fair.
So you want to head west still, regardless of if you're going to the League or going to the legendary sighting and the nuclear crater.
Or following sightings. So Hexia, why are
didn't
you
do it.
like this?
What do you mean?
Like, just acting this way.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
What do you mean?
Just never mind.
As the characters leave on the road from Plainville to the next town, they don't see a large brown fire turkey descend upon the town.
Hey, look, a fire thingy.
I said they don't see.
But we
Don't you
hear.
know, I can sense fire.
You know, that sounds awfully like a giant brown fire.
No, what if it's like I see it, but then Professor just ignores me?
Look, there's a giant brown black fire breathing bird. There's no light on the horizon because it's black flame.
Alright.
That sounds utterly wasteful, but okay.
And ominous. Which is what I was going for. It is also wasteful of a shot. You turn over to take the shot and there's no bright flames or anything, that's just black. Kind of anticlimactic now that I think about it. From a cinematic point of view. Good thing this isn't cinema. You see somebody dressed in a Team Pixie Dust outfit on the road.
I can cast Fireball.
I mean, yes, you can cast a harming thing if you want to try. This has never worked out very well for you, though.
It really hasn't, so let's do it.
Thorn's
See.
just watching and judging you.
You'll roll plus weird, which is 2.
Okay.
And That's
Which is, what is it?
2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2.
I know we haven't rolled all session. And you failed!
Well, shoot.
So you dealt yourself harm.
Well, shoot.
Which is one of the options. It's also the easiest option, and I know it's a cop-out.
Hexia tries to do a fireball, just spontaneously combusts.
Yeah, you take 1 harm. So that puts you up to 4.
Alrighty, I'm at 4 harm. What do I do to get that down?
That won't. Oh, you failed, so you get 1 experience. So you're at 4 out of 5.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I think you should regenerate them. It doesn't really mention it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's say every session you reset.
Alrighty.
The Pokemon still have to go to Pokemon centers, but I think people, because we don't want players necessarily conking over dead, because you don't get Pokemon centers, you get hospitalized. So unless you get to 2 or less harm remaining, we'll say it's healed before the next session. But if you get to that point, you're dying, quote unquote, which means it's permanent damage. Since this game's centered around the Pokemon, there's not really any mechanic built into it for the players if they get hurt a lot. Hex maniacs are usually the ones that are getting hurt a lot. So they technically could try healing themselves. They just might fail and do even more harm to themselves.
Alrighty. Well, I guess our only real option here is to chuck a rock at the kid.
Ow! What the heck? I'll just let you have that because they're Team Pixie Dust.
I apologize for my companion. What are you doing?
Don't apologize.
Well, right
for
now
being
I'm challenging your companion to a Pokemon battle. Go, Pyrexy!
Bring it on, Scrub Lord.
Hexia, you need to get off Bob for the battle and use your own Pokemon.
I'm well aware of the fact that I need to use my own Pokemon. However, I will not be giving up my chair.
Bob flips horizontal.
Thwomp.
Bob, is this because I referred to you as a chair?
Bob just shoots you a look.
Bob uses glare. Oh no, Hexia's paralyzed.
Bob has the most disappointed father look in the world.
I'm sorry,
He's not
Daddy.
mad.
Don't hurt me.
He's just disappointed.
Oh, thank God. Not again.
It's even worse.
We don't want to get into why Hexia's.
All right, which Pokemon are you
All
using?
started with my father.
Anyway, which Pokemon are you using, Joker?
I have no Pokemon.
You have Litwick and Trapinch available. You could send out the Shadow Pokemon, but that's up to you. It might not listen to you.
Just throw the shadow Pokemon.
Are you actually using it?
No, I'll use Litwick first.
Okay. Litwick.
Fuck yeah.
Litwick speed is...
Speed is 0.
Alright, the Pyrexy's going first. Pyrexy has a physical fairy type move. And fire resists fairy, if I'm not mistaken. I need to pull up a type chart. Fairy is the one that I'm least familiar with.
Something is effective in terms of that. I think Fairy is strong against Ghost. Never mind. It is neither.
Hmm?
Ghost does not affect Fairy, and Fairy does not affect Ghost.
Okay, so it's not very effective then.
Yeah. And then Dark is not very effective. As well as...
So that makes it That what's your defense? Special defense?
Uh,
Oh, they're both 1. Okay.
so like, what type is Litwick? Is it a dark or a ghost?
Ghost fire.
It's
Ghost fire.
oh
thought.
well,
Okay, so it.
yeah,
there-
because this
there's
is
no
the
attack.
non-variant one. Yeah, so it's Ghost Fire. And Litwick deals damage to the Pyrexia, but the Pyrexia does no damage to Litwick. Did you roll 1d4 for me?
Hiya.
4! And the Pyrexia goes down, because you rolled maximum. No! Pyrexia! I blame you!
I present a middle finger.
Picks up their Pyrexia by the wing, because it's fire. Runs off with it.
I perform a victory
Successfully.
dance consisting primarily of strange gyrations.
And flipping of the off.
Yes. How much XP?
None.
None? No XP?
No, you only get XP when you fail a roll.
Sucky. Fuck butt.
So technically, that trainer got 1 experience point for failing that attack terribly.
That makes no sense. So what you're saying is I need to have somebody kick the shit out of me.
Well, not necessarily.
Thorn,
Yeah.
you're up.
No, because you have to fail the roll. They can't successfully defeat you. You have to fail at defeating them.
Yes, but I'll have to make a bunch of defensive rolls.
No.
Therefore-
No, you don't. Only the attacker makes a roll. That's how you were able to deal damage there without rolling.
Oh, dang.
It would have been your turn
Professor
next.
Thorn, bend over.
That sentence is, that could mean a lot of different things. Anyways, what's the name of the city you're heading towards?
Plotville.
Plotville, yes, Plotville. It's the Ville of Plots.
Exactly.
That is now a city because it's full of plot. I don't know what plot. So which gym does it have? Does it have the rock, bug, dark, dragon, electric, ghost, ice, poison, or psychic gym?
Dark Jim.
Right. Dark gym.
It's Dark Jim.
How dark
Dang
is
it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a flashlight.
I'm sorry?
Darn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not an escalator.
I'm so confused.
Star Trek.
Darn it, Jim, I'm a Jim, not a doctor.
I've never seen Star Trek.
Well, campaign's over. I cannot stand that you have not seen Star Trek.
Hey, I've at least seen one of the major pop culture sci-fis.
Which is?
Star Wars.
Alright.
That is fair. That is definitely a major pop culture sci-fi. It's just sci-fi fantasy, not hard sci-fi. Which, to be fair, a lot of Star Trek is not hard sci-fi, but most of the time.
So, what you talking shit for?
Hey, obviously I'm a-
joke a bitch.
I obviously like both franchises, so but Stargate is where it's at.
Fuck Stargate.
Boy, I mean Jaffa Cree. So you enter a large metropolis. That's not called Metropolis. But this city is Plotville.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was built on rock and roll.
It's actually built on movies, since it's Plotville. It's got a giant cinema. It's got Hollywood-esque vibes going through it. And of course, there's bright lights everywhere except for the dark type gym where there's super dim. It's like no lights on, no cameras nearby.
Darkness.
You know, now it makes sense why they don't want cameras in there because there's cameras everywhere else.
Oh, I thought it was for another reason.
Well, that's what Hex Jenny thinks. But part of your mind is thinking, you know, there's cameras literally everywhere. Of course the gym leader doesn't want cameras inside the gym. Or that could just be the influence of dark mind waves coming from the gym.
Can I just call myself the end and start shooting people?
No.
No, because you don't have a gun.
Damn it. Where do I get gun?
You don't get a gun.
Damn.
Well, if you get a Rimmerade.
I don't think that counts as a sniper rifle.
No, but it'd be a handgun.
That's not a sniper rifle.
Well, you could always evolve it into an artillery. No?
Nope.
Design jokes? Because their beta designs were much more weapon-like. So, what sort of plot do you wish to push in Plotville? Or do you want to just pass on through towards the legendary?
Kind of want to just pass on through.
Hey, you! Have you been to the gym yet? No?
No.
Okay, I guess you're still walking by. Nice talking to you. Hey, you hear about the legendary Pokemon?
Oh, yes.
Because we have a movie about who was it? Hoopa coming out.
Yeah, we're not looking for a...
We're gonna give him a really annoying voice every time he sees Hoopa ring. It's gonna go well with the kids. And you're gone. Okay. There's Team Pixie Dust headquarters.
Burn it down.
Burn it all down.
One of them looks like they have a bump on the back of the head and they're pointing at you.
Ha!
There's some magical girl-looking dudes coming your way. Because that's their outfits.
You sure I can't get a gun and start shooting people?
Yeah.
That was a reminder. I did describe them that way on the first and second session. Actually, maybe I didn't on the second, but I did on the first. So, what do you do?
Chuck another rock at her.
I'm a dude!
Chuck another rock at her.
Ow! Get them!
Come at me, scrub lord.
It's about time for a triple battle, boys. What are you gonna do? You gonna run? You gonna stay?
Your ass too. Then I'm gonna kick your dad's ass, who's mysteriously never there.
How will you find him? No!
Bugs, cigarettes.
But he's been there for years!
I know. That line was long.
So do you want to try to get away or you want to fight?
I mean, if they attack us...
It's murderlicious.
Hey, did you see that girl? She threw a rock at the Team Pixie Dust member. Who would do such a thing?
Obviously me.
Hexia,
Just
really?
witnessed it happen.
Hexia.
I didn't do it.
You did, Hexia.
Burn the heretic!
Wait, heretics here?
She recanted! They don't say that. There's some historical context to that, though.
Hexia, why?
Why what?
Let me just pull something up here to see what they throw out at you. Why did I write fairy with an IE instead of a Y in my notes?
I don't know.
I didn't think you would. I'm just wondering out loud. See here, they throw out a Corfei, which is a fairy ice type. Fluffon, which is just a dragon type.
I'll dragon your type.
No.
And some people are confused as to why they have that. And the Milcery. What do you do?
Question: what would happen if I just run up and punch one of these kids?
You get arrested?
Are you sure though?
You're on the verge of getting arrested, but now you've entered a Pokemon battle, so that's what's going to be, determining factors here.
I see. So arrested or also arrested and then fight.
No, it's arrested or beat them in Pokemon battle, and the authorities go, eh, because it's Pokemon.
That makes no sense though. I would still be arrested.
Have you played the video games?
Fair enough, but fuck you.
Man, they're strong enough to defeat Team Pixie. We stand no chance.
That makes no sense.
That do be how it is.
But I would like to point out that one of you is the Steel type specialist. And they're throwing fairies at you. One of whom is a fairy ice type.
So?
I think Michael knows where I'm going with this.
Are you talking about the fact that I have Mawile?
You have two Steel types.
Yeah.
And you're Steel type specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well that sounds like a him problem.
No, that sounds like a them problem.
I see.
So what do you do, Michael? I mean, Professor.
We can send out one at a time, right?
Well, it's a triple battle against two people, so one of you can send two out if you want.
Not it.
All right, then I'll send out Mawile and Bob.
Go forth, Bob. Unleash your
They
fury
see a
upon me.
Metagross, a Steel Psychic type, and a Mawile, a Steel Fairy type, and they look a little concerned.
I send out Trapinch.
They look a little less concerned.
I take a come at me, bro stance.
All right, so Metagross would go first. I'm pretty sure. What's Metagross' speed?
My speed is 4.
We're talking to you.
Trapinch?
My speed is 0. No.
Yeah, no, it's not 4.
What if though?
Oh, it's 1? Okay, maybe not Bob then.
Bob's speed is 1.
Yeah,
He's Metagross, not a fucking Mightyena.
Yeah, Gordon Malsey is also 1.
all right, the... Fluffon, which is the only one that's not a fairy, goes first.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just checking the defense and stuff chart. Because I remember there being a chart that had also like the dual typings and such in there.
Right. Well, fairy is not very effective against steel, but it's neutral against itself. So it's just not very effective.
Yeah, it's also meaning for like.
It hit Bob, but it basically just ends up. Well, let me roll the d4, but I'm pretty sure it's going to end up 3 plus 0 minus. What's your special defense?
Bob is dead.
Where are the types when you need them?
What? Bob took 1 damage. Oh boy, totally gonna hurt. A lot, 1 harm.
Yeah, his defense is 3 and special defense is 2.
Yeah.
And what type of move was it?
Dragon, which I believe is not very effective against steel.
Let me check. I don't think so.
Yeah, not very effective against steel.
Yeah.
I should know this. Doesn't mean I do, it just means I should. So it'd like hit you with like a dragon breath. It's a level 7 Goomy. And then it's either Gordon Malsey or Bob's turn.
Let's do Bob.
All right.
I'm assuming you just rolled the kick some frost last thing, right?
Well, Bob rolls. Yeah. Kick some frost loss. But then it's like +3 because it's Bob, and then another +1 because it's probably gonna hit.
I just press the roll ability thing, right?
Yeah, and then choose either physical or special.
All right, and in this system, half effectiveness and 4th effectiveness.
There's just half effective in there. There's minus damage for not very effectiveness, and something that doesn't affect something is treated as not very effective instead of doing no damage because
Yeah.
It would suck if you had a dragon that suddenly a fairy showed up.
12.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say you take out both fairy types because how much damage you're gonna deal just in general. Both the fairy types just go down.
Takes a sip of his tea, uses his psychic power to float it up, and just spins into him for the KO.
Still maintaining the tea.
Well,
I mean,
maintaining, yeah.
I don't think I gave him flash cannon, but he effectively uses flash cannon. or some, I don't know if you did physical or special, but plus those moves are just there for more for flavor than anything else.
I just did the attack.
Yeah.
So it's a physical move.
Yeah. So he just like bullet punches them. And just pass out. The dragon
just sits there.
And now Gordon Malsey can go against a dragon type.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gets +1 to its 2d6.
Yeah, I'll be rolling attack, and then
All right.
I don't have to do anything, right? I don't have to do anything, right?
Right. I think.
10.
Bug weak against grass type.
Okay, and then roll a d4 +1.
Ugh.
4.
Yeah, and then the Fluffon goes down. I really need to come up with a different name for that, but I'm too tired right now too. So
That's fine.
Call him Gorshak, the Fondler.
No.
For a
It's gonna be
Pokemon?
one of my characters later on. I hope you know that.
The Team Pixie grunts, Pixie Dust grunts, return their Pokemon to their Pokeballs and go crying back to their main base. They're really powerful. They have abilities.
So hell yeah, don't step to me in my crew.
Hexia.
You didn't even do anything.
It was a team effort.
It really wasn't.
Your
It
trip pitch is
was
just on the
a
side of a building, just like,
effort.
are there any flies around here for me to eat? I know I'm a bug type, but I still eat flies.
Come on, Hexia. Let's get going.
Here, Trapinch, have a berry.
No,
It's
I would like
delicious.
to visit a Pokemon Center first.
Why? I don't even think you got hit in that instance.
Oh, Bob got hit and slightly damaged.
Yeah, one
Oh
damage.
wow, the big rock monster got hit by 1 minute.
What's the item you can't run out of? Pokeballs?
Pokeballs and berries.
Don't berries do like 1 point of healing?
He hadn't taken any damage. I just thought he might like one as a treat.
That's not who I was talking about.
Talking about the Metagross who has taken
Oh, yeah, I guess you could toss a berry his way too.
No.
I hand feed it to him.
Where? We don't even know how he's drinking his tea.
I don't know. He'll figure it out.
We
Or
don't
die.
question Bob's ability to drink tea. We let him drink his tea.
He just motions at the tea. Do you put the berry in the tea?
Yes, I place berry in tea.
He somehow the berry disappears as he's tipping his teacup into nothingness, and it's working.
And then I give Bob a pat on the head.
Bob appreciates it
Only because you have given him berry.
and ruffles your hair. He is proud
he's
of you.
adorable.
I like how we're going like, oh, it's adorable, and then Bob's thinking the same thing of
Oh, it's adorable.
Oh.
Adorable little human that's so stupid it only eats ramen.
What's funny is Bob was the more correct one in this situation.
Yes.
But yeah, if you want to leave town, there's nothing else blocking your way.
Yeah.
That was completely for cinematic effect, but hey, I made it work.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere to get a drink here? Like a super stiff drink? Like stiff enough to be cardboard?
Hexia, you don't need it.
Don't tell me what I do and don't need.
You walk by the Pokepub.
What are your goals, Hexia?
I don't fucking know.
Like, what do you want to do with yourself?
Let's not ask questions we don't want the answer to.
I'm asking the question because I wanted an answer.
Has notes on something in Cthulhu.
World's famous prostitute.
Hexia, could you be honest with me? Or at least yourself?
That was honest.
You're not doing a very good job.
Well, if you want to, me, Bob, and Gordon are going to keep going, so if you want to hit the pub, you can.
Alrighty, I'll meet up with you guys later.
Trying to think of something that can make Hexia roll.
What, for like inebriation or some such?
Roll, check a place out.
Where is that?
It's on the.
I already know what it is. It's just I need to scroll down to get
Okay.
into it.
Yeah, there's nothing important here.
I never asked for anything important. I just asked for a place to get a drink.
Yeah, well, yeah. You go get a drink. You get an experience for failing.
I do get experience, or I don't get experience?
You do.
I have leveled up.
And then you pass out.